victory dance. Colombia agrees to all President Trump's terms for deportation flights on military planes to avoid tariffs and sanctions. Some restrictions still in place, pending first successful immigrant delivery. And then we got Selena Gomez posts, then deletes. She cried about it, was crying about stuff, then I guess she cried about what she posted and then deleted, I guess.
Yeah.
Video where she cries about mass deportation. Oh, girl, you'll be all right. I don't really care. Frankly, Margaret, I don't give a damn. JD Vance shuts down the hack CBS reporter and became an instant meme. All right. So he's gonna be instead of JD Vance, he's gonna be Rhett.
Right.
Rhett Vance.
Did you see there's a meme? And that is what I thought in my mind when I read that title too.
Somebody biting my rhymes already. What's up with that?
There's some good memes in that article.
I must be faster and generate these memes, for I was already thinking it. I want my cut. Anyway, let me see. And breaking, well, I guess it's not breaking now, but anyway. President Trump announces plan to reassign, when you say reassign and Biden in the same sentence, you already start thinking things.
Right.
Plan to reassign Biden's 88,000 new IRS agents to the border. DOJ drops case against doctor who revealed secret sex change programs at Texas. Training Texas. Texas Children's Hospital. Teacher allegedly invites ICE to raid school. And then Trump tells LA mayor to let California fire victims start rebuild sooner than 18 months. All right. Let's see. Let's go ahead and back it on up. And thank you guys for tuning in on the Instagrams. I see Robert Ernest jumped in. We got Sharon Kinnett jumped in. Right on. Thank you so much for tuning in. We got trying to build my Instagram game, man. But hopefully y'all will come on over to bronzeserpentmedia.com if you've been missing my content. Some people do, believe it or not. Want to stay tuned. bronzeserpentmedia.com. That's where you want to be to make sure that you stay in the loop for the stuff that I'm doing. And thank you guys for joining in on the YouTubes. And on the website, that is bronzeserpentmedia.com. And I was careful to make sure that before I started, to check my mics, make sure that my mic wasn't hot. And while I was, working on my my velvety smooth baritone voice, I think it's baritone, and I was doing my gargling, and I have to protect myself from you naughty people that sometimes come into the chat. You know who you are, making fun of me getting my voice ready and my gargling and stuff like that, just because I've got some water here that has a tea bag in it. You guys take the opportunity to make fun of me gargling with my tea in my bag. But that's all it is. And when the camera's not, when the thing is not on, you're a stumbling block. That's what you are. You're a stumbling block.
It just so happens High Mileage and Jay are in the audience.
Well, like I said, you know who you are.
Jay Thompson has said a tea bag.
You stop it. I'm telling Jesus on all of you. He knows your number. All right. So
here I'm sipping my tea that you sent me.
Let me try to see if I can bring something useful to these articles that are going. I know you guys didn't come here for the news. Let me see. We got, let's read a little bit of it. The government of Colombia has agreed to cooperate with the U.S.'s deportation. And you know what? And right off the bat, I don't know, speaking for myself, I'm really glad that Colombia decided to cooperate, because I don't want nothing messing with, wherever our coffee may come from. I want to make sure every avenue of coffee is going to get into the U.S. We don't want these tariffs to just sound like this dude was stupid enough to let these tariffs go down the embargo road or something like that. It's like, look, man, hey, you with your fist in the air. You see the picture of him? You see that, man? I think it's a shame. It's a shame, cause when what's his name? Was it David Hogg? David Hogg looked more manly than this dude with his fist in the
Wow.
air. That's how bad that picture was. I mean, my man was like, yeah,
I
you
gotta
know, it's
look
like, hey,
again.
quit waving that fist around, super spreader. We don't know where that fist is man.
Gross.
And you know, on second thought, I don't care if they ever got. I'm afraid that fist might have been near our Colombian coffee beans or whichever. And you know, you need to quit.
You're right. I just took a look at the picture in the article.
We should do a poll. Hey, can we do a poll? Please leave it in the comment section or leave on Instagram. Who's got the more manly fist? David Hogg or these cats? They should arm wrestle. I want to see them arm wrestle. Right?
Those limp wrists.
You ever see them when they do that arm wrestle, man? They like really get into it, and somebody's their humorous like snaps. You ever see that? It's like pow, and they should be like, right? But I don't. Maybe like the pain of that is just like so intense that the nerve receptors is just like, you know what? Can't. Oh, he's okay. Never mind. Can we get that poll going? Yeah.
I wish I knew how to do polls. Set up polls. No, I said that wrong. Set up polls.
Right.
I'll be quiet now.
That's going to be a ringtone right there. And you know, anyway. Okay, so what I mean, we could just leave it in the you know, the comment section. You know, like Stephen Gardner does. You know, he just Stephen Gardner, and I got a bone to pick with Stephen Gardner. I probably can't. You know what? You nasty people. I probably can't even say bone to pick. You guys make something dirty out of that too. I can't sip my tea in peace. I can't gargle. I can't just gargle in peace. I can't say bone. I can't say pole. You people in your innuendos and your double entendres and all that stuff. Okay. So in exchange for their cooperation, President Trump has agreed to reserve tariffs and financial sanctions against Colombia, says White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt. Okay, leave it. Visa sanctions and immigrants restrictions, including enhanced inspections of Colombian nationals and their goods. Come here, let me inspect you and your goods. All right. You got any coffee in there? Yeah. Will remain in effect until the first plane load of Colombian deportees is successfully returned. So this dude, man, the president or prime minister or whatever you have in Colombia, who's head of state.
Petro.
What's his name?
Petro.
Yeah, that's what I need to think. Just gasoline or whatever. Petro, who's like, I guess he's crying more than Selena Gomez. Maybe they're like, I don't know. Maybe they're the same person. I don't know. But you know, gonna cry because the deportees got flown back over in a C? So what was it? A C-17. See, man, and I don't know if this is the same plane. It's been a long time since I've examined the aviation that's been going on in our Air Force. And C-17. I remember. C5s. I mean, when I used to, you know, because I'm an Air Force brat, man. We used to live next to Norton Air Force Base, and man, it was like when I remember when they would, you know, they would do their engines. Man, it was like a lullaby, man. Just because they're out there, man, and just that hum of the engines, man. It was just I go right to sleep, and you know, the planes is big, man. All that to say, dude, riding on a Air Force cargo plane is kind of cool.
Yeah.
You know, it's like that's a cool ride, man. I'm sorry. Did you guys want, like, you know, man? I mean, dang, it'd be better than y'all being crammed on, I guess, a regular, you know, passenger jet.
Right.
You know, with seats that don't lean all the way back, and you know, all that sort of stuff.
Just to confirm, it is C-17. You were right.
Yeah, C-17. Oh, thank you. And no, like I didn't know. But so, you know, it's like they're gonna complain about being on this. And man, that's a cool ride, dude. Yeah. You trust me, you're better off. All right, better off. And they're gonna complain about that. Whatever, dude. So he gonna have somebody. They're gonna have these people come into our country, and you know, it's you think that we're being what's the word that Trump? What's the language that this guy used? What he had some sort of beef about it.
He basically said it was undignified for these Colombians to be on military planes, being flown back to Colombia on military planes.
Man, so you think that's undignified? Okay, well, if you are the corner of treating people with dignity and have like such great accommodations and stuff like that, why the crap these people want to leave your country? You know, it's like I guess if you've got it down so good, man, and you can make it so good for people out there, why do they want to leave there and come here? All right, anyway, these people, man, they crack me up with this stuff, dude. Let's see what some of these things look like. President Trump, in a characteristic show of force, didn't just criticize Petro's actions, but retaliated heavily by implementing severe economic and travel sanctions against Colombia. The sanctions included an emergency imposition of a 25% tariff on all Colombian goods, a figure that Trump threatened to double within a week. That's right. Hey, and y'all, this is one of the reasons that we can go ahead and get serious, which it should have been done a long time ago, of course, about abolishing the IRS or abolishing the income tax. Okay, these are constitutional models of taxation. Taxing income ain't. Property taxes ain't.
Yeah.
Capital gains, right? So these kind of things, man, when you're gonna have trade agreements and stuff like that, and you want to use our ports and you want to use and we're gonna have to have customs and things like and whatnot. Yeah, man, those things they have to be paid for somehow. But here's the thing, y'all, it's a voluntary transaction. You want to do business with America, America wants to do business with you. That is a mutual voluntary transaction. That's not like, it's not necessarily a thing where the government can just come in and levy something on you that you didn't take a part in. Income taxes, like you can't just have the government come in and just take a percentage of your income. That's a violation of our right to property. But when we have these agreements, we have trade agreements, and we have factions that protect a municipality or factions that are protect the state, and we have laws that are to be enforced to make sure that people deal with each other, justly, or aren't violating, rights either by nefarious means of transactions or just straight up burglary or whichever. We have to have factions that where we have recourse for those things, something to deter people from doing that or to enforce the law when they do this and whatnot. But you want to make these voluntary transactions, well, there has to be a payment for that. That's and that's your excises, that's your imposts, your duties and tariffs and things like that. When we're dealing with international stuff, yeah, man, those things are fair. Okay, that's how it's supposed to be done. So I'm glad, man, that and notice the leverage that we can use. Hey, man, you better act right. It's like, look, you want to do business with us? Don't be trying to take advantage of us. And so as you can see, this is already in effect. It shows better leverage. All right, and we'll have the leveraging power more so. Not to abuse, but to keep people from abusing us, get rid of that income tax. Let's see. So let's see how that pans out. What else we got here? Speaking of this Petro, Selena Gomez. I wonder if there's any transcripts. You guys know I only read the headlines of this stuff.
There's a transcript in the middle. It's in the gray.
Okay, good. I mean, don't get me wrong, because CJ does a great job of briefing me. Before we have our show prep, if you will, like Rush Limbaugh used to call it. We have our show prep, but she's like hot, so I'm like trying to pay attention, but I'm like, yeah, huh? Yeah, of course, you know. Yeah. Oh, what's going on in the Senate is ridiculous. Yeah. Anyway, so where's that? Yeah, I just want. Okay. This is like this is like some cringe stuff on level with like Greta Thunberg, or it's cringy, man. It's even more cringier than me. It's like who is alone? It's like that level, like sadness, like sad, cringy. But so she's like, and I could see her like publicist or her PR person on the other side of the camera. We need more snot. We need more snot. Selena.
Right.
You know, snot is sincerity, right? Think sincerity. Think snot. Okay. So where she cries about mass deportation. Sorry, y'all. I opened it up in the wrong browser, and that browser, man, it just bogs down my computer. It's a bad habit. I just want to say I'm so I just want to say I'm so sorry. More onions. All my people are getting All my people are getting attacked. The children. I'm so sorry. I wish I could do something, but I can't. I wish I could do something with all my millions.
Yeah.
What do I do? I've got so much money. I've got so much money and all my followers. No. But I can't. I can't part with my money. My money. I don't know what to do. I'll try everything except anything with my money.
Yeah.
I promise. Okay. So it's like I got all this money and I'm just crying. So anyway, I mean, won't you? These people, if they're really, you should know that if these people are really, if they're sincere about actually being Americans. And they've got, the wherewithal to contribute to our society, and you think, and you know that it's a worthy investment, then, start working on getting the attorneys together to represent these people and helping them, getting them on the path to American citizenship. Do that. I mean, if you know so much about this to start crying over it, I mean, if it affects you so deeply, I mean, you must know something. For this to affect you so deeply, I mean, you really must be an expert. How is it that you can feel so helpless? How do you feel so helpless in this? So it's kind of ridiculous that you're gonna sit there and cry about this stuff. You have no consideration. You're talking about the children. With these open borders, the way that they are, and people taking advantage of just coming into this country, do you know what happens to a lot of these children that we Americans aren't doing? Unfortunately, and don't get me wrong, because there's the ones you should worry about, really, Selena, are the Democrats who embolden these people and enable them to do the stuff that they do. We got a lot of sex trafficking in America. Okay, and these policies that you want to remain in place that keep our borders open and stuff like that put lots of kids in danger.
She's whining about the children, but she does not care that 340,000 children were trafficked under the Biden administration.
Come on,
340,000. And they're missing still.
Yeah.
I can't stand this. I really can't stand this.
It's just, like I said, these kind of tears, what they call them, crocodile tears or whatever.
Yes.
Man.
They are.
It's your outrage is laughable. The ideas that you want is the stuff that really puts these kids in danger. The kids that you claim to care about so much, and American kids. All right, because they get caught up in this too. The kids, women, the women that you claim to care so much about, you got people coming over and brutally murdering these women after they rape them. So what do you care? I mean, really, what do you care? And it ain't to try. Ain't nobody trying to say that this is everybody who's south of the border. All right, it's not that. But the bottom line is that if you just go, I'm pretty sure that you just don't leave your grounds wide open. You know, I'm pretty sure you got security. The people just, you don't just let people have access to you and your property, do you? Probably not. Matter of fact, I know you don't.
Yeah, she lives in Calabasas, where everybody's like worth $10 to $40 million.
Yeah. Why do you live there? Right? Behind in your ivory tower. Because you don't want people just necessarily having access to you, do you? All right, but you want multitudes of people to just go ahead and have access to our country.
Yeah.
Not only just access to our territory, but access to stuff that they feel entitled to. Education, housing, coming in and taking jobs and all that sort of stuff. It's like, come on, man. What you crying about, for real? You think that these people are being attacked? You don't know an attack when you see one. You really don't. The attack has actually been on us.
Yep.
It's an attack on our job market. It's an attack on our economy. It is a sexual attack. It's an attack on children. The attack has already been done. If you want to really call it an attack on what we're doing, it'd be more of a counterattack, retaliation, really. Even that is too strong a word. Look, man, it's defense. It's not something that we take great pleasure in. The thing that we take great pleasure, if there's any pleasure that we take in it, is that we know that, well, unfortunately, a lot of Republicans don't know. They just think that this is all, and sorry, even Trump is caught up with this language of thinking that the Biden administration is a failed administration. The failures and the failings of the Biden administration is that, no, they didn't fail. They did exactly what they set out to do. They succeeded. They did a lot of damage, baby. All right. So, and like I said, the Biden administration was more effective at doing what they were doing than Trump was in his first administration. That's a fact. The Biden administration was way more effective. Doesn't mean that they were better. Their effect was very damaging. The effects of the Biden administration was very damaging, but it was still more effective in their damage doing than Trump's administration was at making America great again, if you will. All right, let's be real. Call it what it is. So they didn't fail. But Selena, I pray you receive the Lord's peace and truth, because you're very misguided about what this attack is, what's happening. It's they're here illegally, so they're all criminals. We're talking about deporting, you talk about deporting some really bad folks. It's this bad, Selena, where you got people like from Colombia don't want them. Okay, they don't want that. They don't want those planes to land there. That should tell you something. Okay. Their own people don't want them to come back. All right, think about it. You have that declaration from a foreign head of state, letting you know we don't want turn them planes around, and trying to make all sorts of stupid excuses, not take, even to a point where it's like when we're talking about 50% tariffs and stuff like that, and they'll throw sanctions on you. That's how bad these people don't want their own people back. You sit up there talking about my people, my people. These people don't want their own people back, Selena. While you sitting there crying on Twitter, you come on now. Anyway. What else we got? I don't really care. I don't really care, Selena.
She deleted it too, and she put something on Instagram like, apparently you're not allowed to show empathy.
What? Okay, well, I hope you're not saying that to us, are you? You need to say that to whoever made you take that tweet down.
Right.
We didn't make you take that tweet down. Believe me, we want you to keep that up there. Selena, bring it back, girlfriend. Bring that tweet back, because it ain't us telling you that you need to take that down. And unfortunately, the woman lacks a sense of self-reflection. Mm-hmm. And that's just Democrats for you. We hope that you get it. But somebody maybe in your camp suggested, we didn't make you take that down. I mean, I guess maybe that's just your way of saying that you posted something really stupid, okay? And you can't take responsibility for it, but you blame it. Maybe that's as good as it's gonna get, folks. What do you think? Hey, how's our poll doing about the fist? Who's got the more manly fist? Is it David Hogg or Petro? Who's got the more?
I don't know if Instagram is giving you the poll, but all I'm getting is
Please say that differently.
poll results. But YouTube chat is just making poll jokes about me. And I just keep stepping in it.
Respect. It's my woman y'all talk about, man. Respect. All right, so let's see. Nobody on Instagram gonna play. I got a poll going, y'all. Y'all ain't gonna play with it. Y'all ain't gonna play. I got a poll going. Don't you know? Nobody's doing the poll.
Y'all have to click on the article. It's by the Gateway Pundit and look at this communist fist from Colombia's president.
The commie fist.
Yes.
Right.
Who has the more? What was it? Who has the more manly?
Yeah. Who's got the more?
Fist?
Yeah. Who's got the more manly fist? David Hogg or Petro? That fist up in the air. Who's got the fist of fury?
Definitely not Petro. That's my vote. Is
your vote going to David Hogg? Hey,
yes.
Hey, David. Anybody wants to let him know you're getting some love here, man. You've obviously got the more and the beard to go with it, right?
That's right.
Yeah, got him a little, this facial hair action going to go with that fist of fury.
Well, maybe that's what President Petro needs, some facial hair.
Yeah.
To man him up a little bit.
Right. Let's see. I don't really care, Margaret. I don't really care, Margaret. JD Vance shuts down the hack CBS reporter and became an instant meme. He went meme-tastic. Let's see. Let's take a look at that. Get out of here, Selena. Go scratch. Cry. Get that page pulled back up. Well, opened up, sorry. So, Vance, I guess this is the exchange between them, and Vance is saying, we absolutely cannot, absolutely, I didn't, that sounded like me with like a cold sound, absolutely. Let's see.
Or like Urkel.
Urkel. Can I do that? We absolutely cannot unleash thousands of unvetted people into our country. Selena, Brennan, these people are vetted. These people are vetted. Okay. She just, Vance, just like the guy who planned the terrorist attack in Oklahoma a few months ago, he was allegedly properly vetted. And many people in the media and the Democratic Party said that he was properly vetted. Yeah, that's the thing about it. See, the Democrats' idea of properly done and our understanding of what properly done is two totally different things. Remember, y'all, Democrats' idea of what their job is that's why when Republicans say, you need to get in there and these Democrats need to do their job. You don't want them to do their job. Trust me. Even when they do those things by like voting by proxy and all that stuff, whatever. So whatever. It's like, be happy that they're just not there. All right? Be happy that they're there. They're just not there. If they don't want to come in and vote, whatever. Just make a record of that and say, look, man, these people, they didn't even show up to vote. All right, you guys voted these people in and they don't even do nothing, and which is the best thing that they could do for you, really. But if you guys actually want something to get done, and the ones who are actually doing things, that's us who show up. You know what I'm saying? But at any rate, Vance is basically talking about it. And don't get me wrong, man, it's good that he's calling these people out. That look, man, these people don't properly vet. So we're not properly vetted, and because I don't want it for my kids, I'm not going to force any other American citizens' kids to do that either. That's right, man. Point out that we won't be playing hypocrites up in here. Appreciate that. No, and Brennan says no, and that was a very particular case. It wasn't clear whether he was radicalized. Let me tell you right now, no, it wasn't radicalized when he got here, or. When he was living here, I said, I really don't care, Margaret. I really don't care, Margaret. I don't want that person in my country. And I think most Americans agree with me. So, I think what a lot of these folks need to understand is like, yes, most Americans, it don't take most Americans to do a lot of damage. All right, it doesn't take most Americans to change enough of the people's opinions and perspective on things to where people are willing to go along with this stuff. You know, that's one of those things that we really got to beat back in the culture. But yeah, that's awesome. That's the kind of you know, it's good, y'all. It's good that we have these people standing up.
Sorry, I forgot the dryer was
It's
on.
like, Zoe, are you broadcasting from your laundry room? It's close by, okay? It's like, I thought you were in a workshop, man. I thought you're building your studio in there. Well, yeah. It just so happens that the workshop it has our laundry machine and our washer and dryer is in here also. And I don't know, you guys have probably heard me talk about this before. It's like rabbit trail, squirrel, and it was a dryer alarm. Man, that's a big squirrel. So I love the sound of laundry. I do. I love the sound of clothes being washed and dried. And I love the fragrance. You know, it's very soothing for me. And so even as I do my broadcast, I know it's not very conventional or seem to be professional or whatnot, but it's very, I don't know, it sets the atmosphere for me to have my washer and dryer going. And I have a smoking hot wife who, like, you know, makes sure that, you know, I've got a laundry cycle going just to make the feminist.
Yeah.
Right? And so, yeah. Anyway, but yeah, I gotta maybe like unplug that alarm or something like that because it's a little distracting.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Laundry. So
Black conservative says it's all good.
yeah, y'all can appreciate that, can't you? It's like, they even have like YouTube videos, and I've used them when I didn't have like because that's kind of like, you know, my dream. It's like I want to have an office. You know, this is kind of my office, but I do my productions out of here. But like, you know, I actually have like an office. You know, not just a place, you know, with you know, because, you know, sometimes my office is the bathroom. I'm on the toilet and I'm like going through the articles in the day and stuff like that. You know, I have multiple offices, but like an office, man, that has like a washer and dryer in it, you know, and so I could be doing my work. And my hot wife can come in there and bring in a load of laundry, do that stuff, spin cycle, and everything, you know what I'm saying?
Mark Mealy says those should fold laundry while he is talking.
Heck no, man. So you guys can bust my chops for not knowing how to do like a good military fold and stuff like that. The hell kind of fold is that? So you should do some push-ups before you do them folds, sissy. You don't know how to fold no clothes.
Yes, there are a lot of votes for this. Thanks, guys, because folding the laundry is the part I don't like. Keep voting for this.
She folds those clothes like she loves it, though. I mean, they be like all straight and stuff like that.
Well,
I think that what she doesn't
OCD.
what she doesn't like about folding the clothes is that I rummage.
Yes.
It's like after she folds the clothes, I be going there, I don't want to wear that shirt. And like be unstacking them and stuff like that. And that's, you know, and it's not that I don't appreciate it. It's that I'm in a hurry, man. I'm on a go. I got stuff to do, man. You know, maybe we have to alphabetize or something like that or whichever. I don't want to wear those socks. I'm get all particular about those socks. No, these socks don't have the kind of moisture I want. No, I don't want to wear those color of boxers today. They're all the same color. You have like 10 pairs of boxers the same color, and then another pair. Okay, whatever. So
then I come back in there and refold.
Yeah, man. So attentive to my draws. Yes. So anyway, Vance, I don't really care, Margaret. I love that, man. It's like that's ringtone worthy almost. Like you just be standing in line and stuff like that. I really don't care, Margaret. People like turn around, look at you, and say, yeah, that's right. Screw Margaret.
It's the new MAGA hat.
Yeah, that's right. Let's see. But yeah, it's unfortunately, there it is. Hey, I don't really care. That's the new Let's Go Brandon, y'all. That's the new Let's Go Brandon. I really don't care, Margaret. That's my Horseshack laugh. Okay. Yeah, man, people already beating me to this, man. Dang, I thought I was being all creative and stuff. I had plans, but I had plans. And they already got I guess this is JD Vance, kind of like got the what's his name? Was it Clark? Who was the actor? Was that Clark Gable?
Yeah.
Clark Gable, right? Already got the Clark Gable vibe going on. Got the pipe, you know. I really don't care, Margaret. Is that they need to go ahead and do the one where it's like, frankly, Margaret, I don't give a damn.
They did it.
Is
You
it
gotta
okay?
scroll way down.
All right.
To the end.
Let's see. I really okay. Got him on the surfboard. Got him with the intense eyes, like Cyclops or whichever, or I don't know, Thanos. Was that Thanos? Yeah. No. Wait. You know what the one I'm waiting to see? The cat, the white cat.
Yes.
I gotta hurry up, man. Okay, bye. Good night, y'all. I gotta go ahead and make that meme with the white cat. No, it's they say they gotta do the white cat, and then they gotta do what's it? From is it American Choppers?
I think
They gotta do the thing. They gotta do the
Those
thing
dudes.
with the. I don't care, Margaret. All right. Let's see. Okay. Well, like I said, man, it's like it's good that we've got these men. To say, look, men that aren't afraid to just go ahead and just look. This is the way it is. And but don't forget, folks. Here's the deal. I know it's good because these are the things that stoke the pride. All right, we standing up to these people. We got men that aren't going to be like squeamish about these women or pander to them and treat them with kid gloves and stuff like that. Just go ahead and express that authority. Not necessarily. Don't get me wrong. Like not necessarily the authority of manhood. Let me tell you what time it is as I get my man spread on. It's like it's not that. It's like, look, this is the truth, the authority of the truth, and I'm not afraid to use it as a man, and be afraid of the backlash as you as a woman who can't handle being told what the truth is. But don't forget, y'all, while we standing up to this, make sure that the thing that you're standing for is the Lord. That's the thing that the people need to understand about us first. I'm not just standing up against you. I'm standing up for the Lord. That's what it's got to come down to, y'all. If it don't leave the Lord out of persuasion. There has to be a solid foundation to stand up on in the first place, to stand up to these people. Okay, it can't just be about standing up for our pride in our nation and all that sort of stuff. No, that's the stuff that will destroy us. Got to stand up for the Lord, man, and make sure that's our rock, man. That's our foundation of where we're coming from. And if we keep that, then then we'll be better suited to preserve what it is that we're trying to preserve.
Amen.
All right, so let's see what else we got. Come on, articles. Breaking. Okay, I got to erase that. Breaking. It's not breaking anymore. President Trump announces plan to reassign Biden. And just starting reading that doesn't sound good because reassign is that's just taking on a whole new meaning. I mean, Don't get me wrong, man. I ain't letting the culture influence how I perceive language and stuff like that. But according to their narrative, man, you say reassign and you say some dude. Well, it just brings to mind that you guys want to flip their wiener inside out and shove it. All right, reassign. And when you think about that concerning Biden, man, that's woo, not a good thing to have in your head. So I think you guys get the gist of it, man. We're talking about this reassignment of the IRS and. Let's see, like a good televangelist, Biden was fixated on the money flow. And that's, by the way, this is coming from the WLT report. But not necessarily contributing to an environment that favored money flow over hardworking Americans. For the last 4 years, Biden was focused on increasing money flow to his own pocket, his family's pockets, and growing the federal government at greater and greater expense to the average American. In keeping with that paradigm, Biden hired 88,000 new IRS agents intent on enforcing tax collection, a move that flies in the face of America's entire approach to taxes, even given the drift away from the revolutionary days when taxation was understood to be theft. It's unfortunate that a lot of people don't realize that now.
Yeah.
You know, this taxation of this approach is flipping theft, violation of our right to property. You know, and how are we going to pay for it? Shut up. There are certain things that's not supposed to be paid for by the taxpayer, especially in this fashion. If you want to, what about our schools and what about it? That's not how you pay for these things. Okay, you want government programs and all that sort of stuff. You don't pay for it like this. If there's a surplus left over for that, you know, and you want to allocate some funds to those kind of things, well, that's something else, because at least you're not stealing from the American people to do it. But that's still going to be outside of the scope of what the government is supposed to do. Government's job is protection, not provision. All right, so the IRS has basically, the IRS is a law enforcement agency. Their job is to jack people for their money.
Yeah.
You know, you guys heard me talk about this before, man. And once again, you got a big industry, man, that's dependent on this. You know, when you got them tax attorneys out there, you know, can't stand the commercials when they come on, like Optima tax relief. You know, it's like, yeah, the government wants their money, and what the hell you mean their money? It's not their money. It's the property of the person who earned it. You know, but they market it like it's the government's money, and you better make a deal with them, and you need us for that.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying, man? It's, you know, how just embedded, how deep our culture is with this stuff. I'll save that sermon for a different time, according to this article, but you get the drift. But it makes sense. If you think like Biden thinks, if you wanted what Biden wanted, to hire more IRS workers, the more tax collectors, tax revenue you can drum up, right? Except, praise be to God, Joe Biden and his corruption has been officially ushered out the door, out of the White House, out of government, and out of our lives for good if we're lucky. Okay, here's my concern, because we got two options, or two things that we're looking at. According to this right here, breaking. I hate when I feel like what's his name? And yeah, I actually saw the movie. What's that reporter movie that Will Ferrell played?
Oh.
You know, you guys know the movie I'm talking about, but I guess part of the movie was he'll read anything that's in the teleprompter. You know, so they had to, and that's what I feel like. It's like I go to read the article and I read stuff that I don't need to read when I've already read it. Breaking! It's not breaking anymore, man. But so President Trump says he will either fire all the 87,000 IRS agents or move them to the board. No, fire them. Fire them. Okay. Would you trust these people?
No.
I wouldn't. Trump, don't make this. Look, man, we done already been through, you know, Fauci and Bill Barr and these people that you be having in these roles, man.
Yep.
If you're talking about 87,000 strong Faucis. All right, don't do that. Don't send them to the border. You know, don't. Okay, these people they work in the occupation of evil. Their very job is to covet and steal. All right, don't send them to the border to work at the border, man. They're evil. All right. Anchorman, thank you.
Thank you, Jay.
All right, appreciate you. Scotch. Here it goes down into my belly. Yeah, I saw it. I'm sorry. Anyway,
No, that was before. I mean, we did see some movies. Now we don't watch any. Unless if they don't have liberals in them.
Yeah.
Jay Thompson said, border IRS agents just have someone there with a stack of job applications.
That's right. It's like, okay, the IRS be not like, ooh, I tax you. Oh, I tax
Yeah.
you. Yeah. You know, they want that money.
Well, yeah, they do. It's called backup withholding. When someone's illegal and their social security number doesn't match, the IRS calls up the bookkeeper and says, take 25% of their gross earnings, and we don't care if they're there illegally.
That's right.
Do not care as long as we get that check.
That's right. Why do you think this deportation thing's been taking so long? Has backed up, speaking of backup withholding, that's a big part of why. And why? And while we're on the subject, y'all, I'm going to take an opportunity to point out what that 3/5 clause means. Y'all can see it. All right? You can see it in there. So when people go in there and they talk about the 3/5 clause and say the 3/5 clause was about the value of a black person. They're only 3/5 worth 3/5 of a human being. That's not what that was. Okay, even the commentaries and the explanation, even when it was written, I think they misunderstood. And y'all, that can happen. Y'all, that can happen. You can have people, you can have contemporaries of a certain era be involved. They can be involved in the ratification of something and not get it.
Yeah.
Okay, we've seen that all throughout history, that people can be involved in something and still not understand what's going on. All right, it'll flat out tell you what the 3/5 clause is when it says excluding Indians. The Indians. I think there's only 2 national groups mentioned in the Constitution. Okay, while people want to talk about, the Constitution is against black people, it's against black people. The Constitution doesn't even mention black people. Okay, the word black, I don't even think is in the Constitution. The national groups that are in the Constitution or implicative of a nation is going to be Indians, and I think Barbary pirates. All right, that's the only 2 national groups I think that are implicated in the Constitution. I don't think the Constitution even mentions white people, right? No, right? So all that to say, it says in excluding Indians, not taxed 3/5 of all persons. If you want to count, because what was happening is that these people wanted to be able to count people in the census for their representation. All right, so they was counting the tribes that were in these American territories. So you still had, tribal nations that were there, and they was counting them. So you can't do that, man. These people they're not American citizens. But if you are going to count them, they need to at least be paying 3/5 the taxes as everybody else. All right, that's how that's supposed to work. Excluding Indians, not tax 3/5 of all other persons. If that ain't the case, man, you can't be counting them for your representation. Mm-hmm. So what's this right here? What do we see? What did we just talk about? You have these illegal immigrants coming on up in here, people of another nation. We'll just go ahead and do the withholding on that. All right, and they be using these people for votes too, don't they? And they be here paying taxes, right, while they're here illegally, people from other nations. That's why that is still what was written in the Constitution back then is still reflected today. And Democrats want to take full advantage of that. Collecting taxes, collecting taxes and votes from people who aren't citizens of our country. Yeah, that's how they do. So, let me see. But yeah, I my vote, fire them.
Yes, me too.
Huh.
Mark Mealy says 3/5 clause was to decrease population census count in the South to take away Congress members.
Yeah, it's like I said, these interpretations of it, when they're talking about what are they, the enumeration? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so when we're doing that, man, look at how that is being played out today. And that's one of the things I really want to be careful with, y'all, because if that model is where people assume, it's a wrong assumption, but they'll use that to say that the Constitution makes it to where black people are only 3/5 of a human being. That's why the Democrats made the Constitution of the Confederate States. That's why they made it, because our Constitution doesn't give provisions for Negro slavery. You got a lot of people out there. The Constitution is about making black people only about 3/5 of a human being, and is pro-slavery. It's a pro-slavery document. It says nothing of the sort. That's why the Democrats made their own Constitution, that gives provision and specifically says the Negro and for slavery. And if you want, and expansion and all that sort of stuff. That's what the Confederacy did. Okay, that's in their Constitution. So that's proof that when people try to say that, they say, well, if it really was in our Constitution, there wouldn't have been a need for the Democrats to make another one, which they did. So yeah, it's definitely lens to be able to point out some stuff like that. Let's see what else we got here. DOJ drops case against doctor who revealed sex change program it's secret. It's the secret sex change. Man, okay. Help me out, y'all, because I'm probably being really naive here. How do you keep a sex change a secret, like the process? How do you keep the process of a sex change that's being done on these kids a secret from their parents? I think it's kind of interesting that, like, I think in the King James Bible, the sexual organs are referred to as the secrets. Yes.
The secrets.
Yeah, they're called the secrets. And gives a whole new meaning to secret sauce. Ooh, can I have some secret sauce for my nuggets? All right. So we got the secret sex change program at Texas Children's Hospital. Let's read a little bit of this. This is coming from Not the Bee, which means this is not a joke. Trump has been in office only 1 week, and he's already gotten Biden's case against Dr. Ethan Heim dropped. You may recall that Dr. Heim blew the whistle in 2023 anonymously at the time on and let me say on Instagram real quick. If you're tuning in on Instagram and I just happen to go past 10:27, it's going to shut off. All right, because Instagram only allows me to be on here jaw jack for about an hour. So if I give, my motor mouth goes longer than that, it's going to cut off. But please feel free to join us if you want to stay tuned in at bronzeserpentmedia.com, or you can tune in with us on YouTube, alfonsorachel.com. We're going live there too. Instagram only gives us an hour. And I appreciate it. And I appreciate y'all tuning in for right now. Who do we got in here? We got Doctor Who. Oh, I know who that is. Doctor Who. Hey, Doctor Who was the original frontman for 20-Pound Sledge. In case you didn't, right? So if we got any sledge heads out there, that's who. I don't know if it's okay for me to say his real name, right? But he wants to. I guess his avatar is Doctor Who, you guys probably remember him as Eli, but he's got a lot of aliases, like the devil. Anyway, yeah, I can say it because we're Christian rock band. But Doctor Who 77. We got Rodman Workman who says yes, protection, not provision. Right on. I'm glad you agree. Cali born raised, joined. Let me see, Cali. Okay, what are you better than us? I mean, we were raised in California. We weren't born there.
Yeah, not lucky enough to be born there.
I mean, lucky good because California was the bomb.
Yep.
Back then, it was cool.
We remember.
That's right. California used to be the bomb, man. We're both born in the Midwest.
Yep.
Yeah. Y'all believe that? Yeah. Because we're so hip and edgy. We're so hip and edgy. I know it's really hard to believe that we were born in the Midwest.
Iowa and Indiana.
Yeah. I'm from Indiana, and she's from Iowa. Both, I guess, I states. Would yours be IA or I? What's the abbreviation for yours?
Oh yeah, IA.
IA? I think mine is IN. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah.
In and Ia.
That's right. Yes, if we were still there, we'd been playing in cornfields together, you know what I'm saying? Come on, girl. Come on and hang out with the one who walks behind the rose. Okay, so.
The creepy thing is when you're in a cornfield, you can hear it popping and crackling. It's kind of creepy. It's kind of cool though.
Right? Bring the butter. I ain't afraid of you, corn.
Corn devil.
That's right, corn devil. I'll put some butter on you. All right, so Oh, but anyway, so yeah, we got Cali born, Saint American, Adrian D. Jones, Kibo Hegan popped in, wheelchair bodybuilder, right on. Thank you for coming back up in here. And then we got Sharon Kennett, Robin Ernest, right on. Hey, thank you guys for tuning in on Instagram. Remember, y'all, if it cuts off, which it's going to in a couple minutes, bronzeserpentmedia.com. We're almost done here anyway, but thanks for hanging in there this long. Thank y'all on the YouTubes. Hit that like button and subscribe button. We might be able to glitch the algorithm. Who knows?
Right.
Yeah. So doctor revealed sex change program at Texas Children's Hospital. I was trying to read the article before I got me and my ADD. Trump hasn't been in office. Okay, read that part. Come on, let's get to the beat of it. Here's a brief summary of the timeline. In 2021, Texas Governor Greg Abbott and Texas Department of Family and Protective Services Commissioner Jamie Masters declared that sex change surgeries for minors was a form of child abuse under the Texas law. In 2022, Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton affirmed that policy with a statement saying that the state may criminally charge parents that allow sex change operations to be performed on their minor children. In 2023, Dr. Heim released evidence that Texas Children's Hospital, which said it would comply with state policy, was still secretly performing such operations. Okay, well, all right. Sorry, dumb question on my part. It was a dumb question because I'm like, how are you gonna keep that a secret from? Of course, the parents are, and the parents are the ones bringing it to them. But let me. Okay, no. Before I apologize for being a complete idiot, let me halfway apologize for being halfway an idiot, because you know that you do have schools that are allowing these kids to be counseled to affirm them. You know, they're being counseled to be affirmed, and they're being slipped in puberty blockers.
Yeah.
Okay, so the process, they are starting this process behind the parents' back. Okay, so my statement's not completely ignorant, but, you know, admittedly, it's like, anyway. And the hospital quickly moved to cover up the evidence. And you can see the picture of the person who is, in charge of this stuff. What's her name? Did we catch her name? You know, the funny thing is that she kind of looks like Dylan Mulvaney, just a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, she's got a kind of like a Dylan Mulvaney vibe going to her.
For sure.
She's just, she's just a little.
I haven't come across her name.
What's her name?
I haven't come across her name.
Okay. You know what? Because I don't care what her name is.
Psychopath. As far as I'm concerned.
That'll work. The psycho who works at this place, who's okay with butchering kids. Hey, Selena, they're doing this to the children. Do you care?
Right.
So yeah, and y'all, this is Texas, man. This shouldn't have even been able to see to darken the door of any hospital where any facility would allow something this to happen.
This is a children's hospital in Texas.
Come on now.
And she's the head of pediatric surgery.
Yeah, that
which sounds benevolent, but
yeah,
what she does with it.
She does with what she wants. Yeah, that's pretty sick. Turning kids into abominations.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, kudos to the Trump administration already that we're getting this dial back.
Amen.
All right, what else we got? And
yeah, so he had 4 indictments under Biden, and they've all been dropped by the Trump administration. Hallelujah.
Yeah, I think talk about barking up the wrong tree.
Yeah.
But that's Democrats. Their perception of these things is totally backwards. And once again, as far as they're concerned, they're just doing their job. This is their job.
Yeah.
We're the bad guys because we're like, listen, men are men, women are women. Why do I have to freaking explain that? It's like you almost start to feel stupid. It's like that you're ready to throw down the. It's not stupid for thinking it. It's stupid for like, dude, I'm serious. I'm gonna waste my time trying to explain this to somebody. If this has to be explained to you, you're already not in the right mindset to receive the reasoning on it. You know, you're giving over to imagination land, man. La la la. Okay, man, don't get me started. So let's see. Teacher allegedly invites ICE to raid school. No, I think they got this article wrong. I think what he did was he invited the ice cream truck. Okay, he's a hero. You know, leave him alone. He brought the the icy truck that's gonna come in and bring him some shaved ice. In winter zone? No, hey, any time's a good time for it, man.
That's right.
Yeah, it's all good. But let's see what this article says. I think that's really what it was, man. I just think the people there, they're so sensitive they got triggered. He was really just inviting an icy truck, like what was that, Pels or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, remember the Pels truck?
Yeah.
Heck yeah, man. I don't know if you guys had. I don't know if that was a national chain.
That was a local thing.
This is just a local thing.
We're so blessed.
That was just in our hood, man. It was like as a truck, man. They had icy and they pour like real like orange juice on it, or real pineapple juice, or real like
so
lemon.
Good.
You know, lots of sugar. And you know, yeah, that stuff was the bomb back in the day. Yeah, they're still around pretty well. Hopefully the Biden administration didn't destroy them.
I know, right?
Oh, man.
Just a couple years ago, they were still around.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
But we haven't been to California in 2 years.
Yeah. It's been more than 2 years. 20, at the end of 2020, wasn't it?
It was January 2022.
Really?
Yep. January 18th, 2022, to be specific.
Man, it almost seems like we've been from this. Like, man, it seems like we've been away from California for a long time. Admittedly, y'all, I miss California.
3 years.
Yeah, I do. I miss California.
Yeah.
We are so blessed to find where we found in Texas is like, it just rocks. All right, we found we found our oasis in Texas, and we're good. We're good. Wouldn't trade it. But, you know, don't get me wrong, man. There's things about California that, you know, we really miss. And before it went crazy.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I remember when, you know, back in high school, man, and you know, we in you know, in the marching band, and you know, we'd be getting our field show ready like over the summer, and you know, it's, you know, over the summer it can get up to like 120 degrees. And but we'd be out there, you know, just ramming notes. And you know, the Pell's truck would be there waiting for us. You know. Get that icy, man. I want to get that, you know. And so anyway.
They knew how to make money off you.
Yeah, that's right. Look at them sweaty drummers out there. You know you want some icy. Okay, so a Texas substitute teacher allegedly invited Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE officers to raid his school. And you know, and here's the funny thing, man. You know, when people be talking about this just isn't Christian, you know, the people be trying to like wax, you know, scripture and don't even believe in God, man. But trying to just, it's not Christian and stuff like that. Y'all, even the Lord has ICE agents. You know that, right? The Lord straight up says, man, if you undocumented in my kingdom, my angel's gonna snatch your behind up and toss you out. That's scripture, y'all. That's in there. The Lord is like, yeah, you do realize that you got to be documented to be in heaven, right? You know that Lamb's Book of Life thing. The Lord's got to know you. He flat out says, it's like, look, man, I don't know you. And as a matter of fact, he says, I don't know where you come from.
Yep.
You come from a nation, or you come from an idea, or whatever you come from. That's apart from me. So depart from me. Depart from me. I don't know you, right? And those and the word of God tells us, like, you know, we all know that scripture in there. It's not against flesh and blood, but against against the powers and the principalities and authorities and the wicked and the evil that's going on in the heavenly places. Wait a minute, what? And where? In the heavenly places. There's wickedness going on. Got people doing bad things. You know,
people?
They're gonna get, or I'm sorry, the hosts, the principalities, the authorities, the spirits, right? So spirits, forgive me, I didn't mean to say people, but spirits, right? Rebellious angels and whatnot. They're gonna be wrapped up. They're gonna be apprehended.
Wow. Okay?
So the judgment's gonna come. They're gonna get round up. They're gonna get tossed out. All right. So all that to say, when people talk about in heaven, there's no, you know, all are welcome. No, it's not. Okay. So when you got this, we got this teacher allegedly said in a social media post that many students don't even speak English.
It has his post in there.
Yeah. What is it? Sports. I guess that's his.
Yeah, sports fan.
Okay, Hookem 232. Y'all should come to Fort Worth. Y'all should come to Fort Worth to Northside High School. I have many students who don't even speak English, and they are in 10th, 11th, and 11th through 11th grade. They have to communicate through their iPhone translator with me. The U.S. governor should totally overhaul our school system in Texas too. Dig it, and y'all. I was when I taught martial arts in this is like in the early 2000s, right? And we were in the Coachella Valley, in a large, Mexican population in the Coachella Valley, and I had students, that are in high school, and they don't speak English, and I call up the school board. I'm like, why aren't y'all teaching these kids how to speak English? Why are you just shuffling them through the system? They're going to graduate and not know how to read English and stuff like that. And these people are going to be expecting to get, they want to be partaking in that dream acting stuff. They're going to, these things set, paved the way for that. This ain't going to be good. So anyway, I pretty much got the brush off. But yeah, I feel you, dude. Where you got these kids that are just being shuffled through the system. They're being advanced in grades. They're gonna get a diploma that they can't read.
Exactly.
So
it was bad where we lived, and it was a upper middle class area, but there was a lot of immigrants because there was a lot of farm workers, and they would just shuffle these kids through, knowing that you were dooming them to a life of poverty.
Yeah.
It was disgusting, and they're still doing it to this day.
Yeah.
Because they make too much money off them.
Yeah, so it's like, when we were in California, we would keep hearing all the time, it's like, you need to get out of California, you need to move to Texas and stuff like that. I'm like, why, man? The same stuff is going to be happening in Texas, I'm telling you. The Texas already paving the way for it. And don't get me wrong, y'all, there's some things that are good that are happening, but it's like there's a lot of stuff that is taking a foothold. It's like, and I'm seeing it from there, it's like, come on, there's really no point. But California just, like I said, we didn't really have any, the support was just gone pretty much in California. We're trying to hold the line, and it's like trying to fight by ourselves. We're not even fighting the monster anymore. We're just food for the monster. And so spiritually and financially, we just couldn't afford to stay in California anymore. Yeah. So, we hightailed it to Texas, where it's still got some sanity here. Let's see. But yeah, this person, they called it, what happened after that? Let's see. School board, let me see. I have many students who don't even speak English, and they're in the 10th, 11th grade. They have to communicate. Okay, got that. School board president, Roxanne Martinez. Roxanne! Sought to reassure parents about whether ICE was going to target the school district. Please be assured that we are taking this situation very seriously and are committed to resolving it quickly as possible, she said. 2/3 of Fort Worth public school students are Hispanic, and more than 1 in 3 students is learning English as a second language. Meanwhile, officials have not named the substitute teacher who made the post, but said the instructor will not be teaching while the posts are being investigated. Well, what do you guys think, man? Was that gauche, or was it well played? What do you think? I think there was during the Obama administration, basically something to the effect of being able to find, because he would boast about how many people he's deported.
Yes.
Right? I've deported as, it's like, dude, that your numbers are artificial, because you would deport people and not really do anything about it. They would just come back in, and you would deport the same person. Yes. You would count that as like 2 or 3 times.
Yep.
That's not the same thing, bro. But, so this right
if
here.
You keep using that word, I don't think you know what it means.
Yeah, in a statement to parents, Interim Superintendent Karen Molinar assured the Fort Worth ISD community that schools will remain safe. inviting and respectful to all. And it's like, yeah, like I said, trying to, act like you don't know where these people are. Say, yeah, we do. They're pretty much hiding in plain sight, if you will.
Yep.
We recognize that recent national changes in immigration policies may have left some families in our community feeling uncertain or concerned. Yeah, they kind of should feel that way. Molnar said, we are here to support all our students, families, and staff. And once again, y'all, it's not about, forgetting your humanity and stuff like this. It's that's not an issue of it. But it's not practical, it's not humane, it's not merciful to have people come in and assume that they could just take advantage or a privilege or anything like that especially while trying to accuse other people of privilege. Is it your privilege? It's like, no, you are. You're taking the privilege of breaking our law and you want to be rewarded for it. You think that you're entitled to this stuff and you just come over here and you're just going to take it. That's being privileged. All right, that's arrogant. You want to call Americans arrogant? You guys are arrogant. We just gonna come in here and we gonna just take advantage of your system. Mm-hmm. That's arrogant, And compassion is not just in giving you whatever you want. I mean, we have our own citizens to be compassionate for also. There's people who are gonna need jobs. The education system is there's a lot of money thrown at our education system. And that money doesn't go as far as it needs to go because it's being spent on people who are here illegally. So you want education to be just this pristine source of knowledge, but you're spreading it thin. You're forcing us to spread the education thin, forcing us to spread teachers thin and all that sort of stuff. I'm not even about our public education school system, but dang it, if you're gonna use it, y'all demand it, and y'all are the ones who make it work inefficiently. Mm-hmm. You're gonna crowd our classrooms that teachers have to take more time with in explaining things to students who don't speak English. You got to wait for a translator. It's great that we have phones or computers, mobile computers that you can translate with. You still got to take time with that. The resources that you have to have somebody translate. The jobs that you cut out with people because they may not speak, they only may speak one language. Shouldn't have to speak multiple languages to get a lot of the jobs that we have. But they be looking for bilingual people, stuff like that. It's like that the burden shouldn't be on the employee per se. The burden should be on the person who wants to live here. If you want to come and live here, speak the common language. But no, you're going to force everybody else to have to conform to you. That's arrogant. So I don't think, it's pretty brazen. I wouldn't necessarily say it's tacky. I don't think, what do you guys think? Was it tacky? I don't know if it's just brazen. Huh?
It's brazen.
I'll call it that.
And kind of funny.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. And I reckon he's not dumb as to what the fallout would be for it. Yeah, he probably ain't gonna be able to work for a while. But I don't know, there might be a school, just say, look, man, good job.
He should come to West Texas.
Yeah, come on here.
We're still more conservative over here.
Yeah, that's right. We holding on, man. I'm still pretty hidden here, but God willing, I might be able to, do my part and share the message.
Amen. In this article, the school district is kindly asking that the families of all the students update their emergency contact info in case if some parents are taken. So, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, that kind of apprehension, I think it's kind of healthy.
It is, and they're saying, well, we're still following the law because, we're not going to release kids. We promise we're not going to release kids to anybody. We need you to refill out these emergency contact papers so that somebody can pick up your child.
Yeah, they're not going to release the kids. Like, say, for instance, if ICE comes there and
takes if ICE picks up the parents and the kids at school. Who's gonna pick up the kid?
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for helping me understand that.
It is kind of a mess, but this is not our fault as Americans.
That's right.
I mean,
y'all put yourselves in this mess. And once again, man, it's like for some of these people, I get it. Your country is it's hard to live in. And as I've said so many times, man, with these people who come from south of the border, they work fast. They work inexpensive. It's like there's not too much that they don't know how to do.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, once again, they come in and say, hey, I need, in terms like handyman and stuff like that, or having to work, it could be pretty much anything. Pretty much anything. They flip around, look around, and say, okay, and let them go mess with it. They'll fix it. All right. So that's awesome. Fix your dang country. That's it's like I said, you work fast, you work expensively. It ain't too much that y'all don't know how to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's awesome.
The same thing with Haiti.
Same thing. Haiti, man, the resourcefulness that their people have and the resourcefulness, just like I said, man, their soil is so fertile you could grow hair in it. All right. It's the same thing. But you have the leadership that gets put in play there. They don't let their people thrive.
Yeah, and I know America installs Haiti's leaders, so there's really nothing the Haitian people can do. I don't know about Mexico though. I think they just let the cartels run all over them. Yeah,
the devil takes a foothold, man. You got to know that you got to slam the door hard on it before he does. And because man, between all the tourism and our trades that we have, it should be so much better. But people get caught up, with narratives, and there's, and it's not just a political thing; it's a cultural thing as well. And if that's just what you're brought up with, it's not in the DNA, man. It's really just in the power of suggestion. It's in the, you have this collective thought concerning stuff, and it will steer, a culture and a nation in a certain way. But like I said, man, these people, they're able to, like I said, they work fast, they work inexpensively, and it's not too much that they can't, flip and fix. And some just want to get out of their country and they want to come here, and thrive. But like I said, we can't just allow people to do that. You'll overload the boat, man. You'll cause it to capsize. It's really what it comes down to. And I know it's hard, in your country, but you have what it takes to make it better. Yeah. And don't work against. Sounds like Trump knows how to deal, with some of these people. Knows how to make deals to deal with some. And that's another thing I want to point out, because Trump was already doing this, making the deals and whatnot. It's like you got what it takes, man, to get a good economy going. But the key is do you have what it takes to keep it? Yeah. Can you defend it? Can you defend the economy that you and your voters? Because that wasn't proven the last time. You got a good economy going, you couldn't defend it. The Democrats were able to just come in and just yank the rug out from it like it ain't no thing, right? They had a thing that they set in motion and it was effective. Okay, got to be on the lookout, man. You got to watch what they're doing, because if you can't defend the economy that you want to boast about, it doesn't mean anything.
Jay has a question.
I'll try to have an answer.
Maybe for both of us. He says, have you considered that God had you move out of Cali because of all these fires and how all that smoke and contaminants would have affected you? I actually hadn't considered that.
Of course.
But yeah, the air, when there was fires, would get really thick and nasty sometimes. Mm-hmm.
Hey, I tell you what, man, we're always considering, the Lord having us get out of there.
That, yes.
We're always considering that for whatever goes on with California, whether it's the economy or, we got out of there because of basically the medical tyranny, really.
Yeah. I couldn't even take my own mother-in-law to the doctors. They wouldn't allow me in the building because I was unvaxxed.
Yeah, and I'm like afraid of going to jail, because if my wife has to go to the hospital and I can't go in there to see her, then I might have a little attitude, you know.
Yeah.
You know, I try not to. And so it's like, you know what? Don't want any of that. and not to mention, you know, being told that we're gonna have to, you know, get that ABJ. So, you know, we had to get out of there. And praise be to God, He gave us, you know, the resources to be able to go. And thank you guys, you know, for the support to get out of there. And you know,
yes, thank you.
Because I'm at the same time, I'm like thinking, well, hey, what about the people, you know, that are still in California? You know, hopefully the Lord will make a way for them to be able to, you know, to get out too. We got, you know, friends out there that are, you know, trying to hold the line, and you know, there's things that keep them there. They can't just, they're not like, you know, staying there because, oh, I don't want to leave California, and you know, or whichever. There are those who are just like, yeah, if we could get out of here, man, we'd get out of here. But there are certain things that kind of anchor them there that they have to work out before they can get out. And fortunately, you know, there's such people, you know, those fires pass them by.
Praise God.
So they're, you know, that's the Lord at work there, because the winds was blowing the fire their direction. Like they're telling them, look, yeah, we're watching the winds blow the fire in our direction. And then the wind changed direction and blew fires away. It's like, I'll write it to the Almighty. So, okay, and then let's get to.
We do have one or two questions afterward.
Okay, and then there's right here the last one to go out on y'all. Trump tells LA mayor to let California fire victims start rebuild sooner than 18 months. Yeah. Okay, so Mayor Karen Bass. Sorry, I guess I really should have hit the cough button on that. That was an ugly sounding cough, huh? That was Okay, so Karen Bass, and you guys probably know a little bit of the story about her, man. She, you know, full-on communist nut job, you know, so-called activist back in her day. She's basically the kind of person that the Constitution is like, yeah, you don't elect people like this. She has all the markings of the kind of person that you're not supposed to elect. But, you know, here she is. So the fires and whatnot, she's part of the planning. And here she is going to try to lecture to people, you know, and try to, you know, hint to Donald Trump that she wants to make sure that safety is the priority. It's all about safety. It's like, if you was concerned about safety, you would have made sure that water was there when they needed it. They had enough water. You didn't make sure of that. You'd make sure that all that old growth and everything that doesn't need to be there, that can catch fire, would not be there. You'd be making sure the places in your territories that are under your jurisdiction, you'd have that stuff cleaned up. Right, making sure that we got fire breaks and whatnot. You didn't make sure none of that. But you're gonna sit there and act like you're this saint of safety, the patron saint of safety while you're there. And the clip that's there, y'all, I don't know if it shows the whole clip, but basically she's talking about you know, taking the right measures, the safe measures to have, like, you know, the proper authorities and workers to come in and you know, get these people where they can get on with their lives. And we're talking about, like, you know, months, man, you know, moving up to a year. Okay. And Trump is like, it don't need to take that long. It's like, it don't need to take that long. And she's like, yes, it does, because we have to be considered these people's safety.
Yeah.
And Trump, in so many words, is like, they're not safe now, you know? And these people, and he's saying these people are ready to go ahead and rebuild their lives. Let them go. And she starts backpedaling and said, we are letting them. They can go ahead and say, and it's like, and the people that are saying, then why are we being barricaded from our property?
Yeah.
You know, you're saying that you're trying to save face here and trying to dupe the people into acting like you're all concerned about our safety, and you're saying that we can go ahead and rebuild our homes and get the dumpsters in there and start removing the waste from the fire and stuff. You know, picking up the ashes of what used to be our lives. Yeah. You know, we want to get this stuff cleaned up, and heck, then they've got Gavin Newsom to deal with also, who's telling them that they can't sell their property.
Yeah.
You know, because I guess some sharks are going to come in here. It's like, look, man, these people were smart enough to be able to buy properties like this.
Right.
They can take care of themselves. You know, unfortunately, a lot of these people voted for you. You know, these are the people that you turning on, acting like you have their best interest at heart. But yeah, a lot of these people, man, who got their stuff burned up, man, yeah, they voted for this stuff. They voted for people like Karen Bass, and they voted for this. All right, but you know, it's like, look, man, I don't know if you guys learned your lesson or not, but I hope you guys who can see the one who's impeding you. You know, I guess why you guys feel good about yourselves, because you accept all sorts, and you wanted policy that a whole bunch of perversion rules over you and stuff like that. I don't know, you guys feel good about yourself and whatnot, but when that stuff comes back to bite you, not just bite you, but to burn you. This stuff came back to literally burn you, California. What you gonna do? You gonna keep on listening to this stuff? You gonna reelect somebody like this?
Right.
You want something like this for your mayor? You know, I reckon that you guys do want to go ahead and get on with your lives and whatnot, and you guys are ready to go ahead. You ready to get your hands dirty now, huh? This ain't a thing where you can go ahead and have some illegal immigrants coming in and do the stoop work of picking up your trash and your ashes and stuff like that. You want to go ahead and get in there and do it yourself because you want it done yesterday, don't you?
Yep.
You ready to get your hands dirty now? So, and the one keeping y'all from doing that so you can get on with your lives is this nut right here, Karen Bass. And Trump is telling you, look, man, these people, they ready to go. They're ready to get to it, you know? And you're keeping them from their homes, and you're making it where it's like going to be some sort of liability. You putting red tape around them to be able to just get on with their lives. He's showcasing this to them right now. I hope they can see it.
I know.
Is it you going to affect things like volunteerism, making people scared to do something?
Oh, absolutely.
As I remember, like it was our first year, our first winter, right? We got here in winter, Texas. So when the tornadoes was coming down, right?
Yeah.
And so the tornado came. It wasn't too far from us, and probably was 20 minutes away, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was about 20 minutes.
Yeah, because we had to go and shelter, and we called the fire department. They're like, well, we never get tornadoes, so there's no shelter.
Right.
I was like, great.
Yeah, we don't get tornadoes, and so there was, but fortunately, but no, the place that we went down to help them out with their.
Oh yeah.
About 20 minutes away, was it?
Oh.
Or was it further?
No, it was 3 hours.
Oh, okay. Those are okay. You know, we get these tornadoes. It's kind of hard to keep track of them, right? But so
there were so many.
Yeah. We went down. A tornado ripped through their neighborhood, right? And you just go there, man.
Incidentally, it was the same one that came through Fort Worth. It went down.
Oh, okay.
Central Texas it was just before you get to Austin.
Okay. And hey, taking trees, just trees are heavy, man. You know, trees, they're them things are heavy. It's just tornadoes just coming in, zip, zip, snap, 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 snap.
Yep.
Like it ain't no thing. And we coming in and picking up, tree debris and house debris and stuff like that. Get it cleaned up. Volunteers coming in, people just let's just go ahead and pick the stuff up, man, and get back on with our lives. And they were back on track soon. This is what Karen is talking about, man. It's months.
Yeah.
Let these people go ahead and do what they got to do to get on with their lives. So Trump is there like letting her know that, while she's talking about, she wants to make it look like she's the adult in the room because she's talking about safety. And Trump is like, they're not safe right now. You keeping them from getting to where they can start to rebuild a shelter for themselves and whatnot. This is their property.
Yeah.
You keeping them from that. Woman, it's wintertime, it's cold, Let them do what they gotta do. And so at any rate, like I said, the policies that you Californians, and I was one of you, but I don't even vote like y'all.
No.
But this stuff really came back to burn. You got burned by your beliefs.
Yep.
So I hope that you learned. Anyway.
Yeah, remember we were talking earlier today that I'll bet these people in LA, these people who are in charge, like Karen Bass, are going to be all worried about the hazardous material and the safety of all of it. Sure enough,
Yep.
down in this article, quoting her, she's responding to Trump. She's saying it's not going to take 18 months, but first we have to take care to make sure that there's getting rid of all the hazardous waste and cleaning things up so that people can start right away. This is what, 2 weeks later, she's saying, so that people can start right away, but we have to remove all the hazardous material first and have their site basically certified by a city official that they can begin cleanup now because all the hazardous naughty waste has been taken away. It's like, lady, do you hear yourself? Trump, I think, just looking at her like, do you hear yourself?
Yeah. That's going to take a while. Like,
yeah.
I tell you what, let these people go ahead and pile that stuff in the dumpster.
Yes.
And if you want to go ahead and get you a little hazmat suit on there and you want to go ahead and wield it after they get it out of their neighborhoods, you go ahead and you do that, but let these people get this stuff out of the way.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you talk about? You talk about hazardous waste. What kind of hazardous waste? I mean, don't get me wrong, like hazardous waste is really going to be a threat to them that they weren't already dealing with already.
Right.
You know, it's
ashes now.
It's ashes now. You know, let these people go ahead and do what they got to do and get on with their lives. All right, y'all.
Make them wait.
So we had a couple. I hope I have a decent answer for you guys.
This one, I don't know. We might have to tackle a different night because it's kind of a big subject, and I don't know much about it, and I don't know if you do. Jello Burger says, so what's your thoughts on the rising threat of DeepSeek? Too late, or with the new admin turn this around? I think DeepSeek is China's AI.
Well, Trump seems to be a big fan of AI.
Yeah.
DeepSeek. This is the first I've heard of it. So yeah, I'm gonna have to. If you can you grant me getting back to you on that, because AI is one of those things that I'm just kind of like I want to avoid. I don't know, man. I kind of like thinking. I like writing. From my own thoughts. And hey, the way it comes out is the way it comes out. I'm not above improving, but in terms of writing music and and productions that I do, I just kind of want to keep myself separate from the AI. I mean, there is a movie that I'd really like to be able to get done, and maybe I might use AI to do it because it is a pretty ambitious film. But at any rate, I'm squirreling out here. Let me look that up, man. And thank you for asking the question. Sorry, I don't have an answer for you right now, but I'll try to have a better one for you on the next one if you tune in when we come in back for the Zoloft on Wednesday. What else we got?
He says I'll accept a rain check. So.
Nah, thank you.
The only thing I know is I think it says open source, which I like, but it's China saying that, so who knows if it's really open source. And I think it just compares to ChatGPT, which... Is
it like the Temu version of ChatGPT, or is it like something to really be afraid of?
Yes, slaves are building it.
Right.
And then Roland Jones, he said this, and I think it kind of triggered something in me to be concerned too. He says, the question is, how long do we have with Trump? I don't see him going all 4 years. I've prayed about it, and there's a wall. I can't see Trump going all 4 years. And maybe that's true. His DNA he's an anomaly as far as health goes, living on McDonald's and Diet Coke.
Yeah.
But we would have J.D. Vance, yeah?
Yeah, I mean...
I'm not saying I want to lose Trump, but...
Is that the concern, his health not holding out for 4 years?
Well, Roland, that was kind of me inserting that. Roland's just saying, I don't see him going all 4 years.
Huh. I don't know if that hasn't been a concern of mine. And I guess now that you mention it, I think, what would you think would stop him? Do you think another way to try to have him impeached? Health issues? Do you think it'll be because he'll resign?
Jello Burger says maybe your wall is the rapture. I would like that.
I like that. Yeah. It's kind of, I think one of the things that I think a lot of maybe the evangelists, and what would kind of go after is that, hey, he's Trump, and the Word of God says at the sounding of the last trump, maybe this being his last administration, because I know people, because Trump was sitting here by God, and they're going to tie that in there. But maybe it's if you're going to speak of the Trump the Trump administration and bringing in the rapture as that wall. It's an interesting thing to think about. When we talk about the rapture and the sounding of the last trump, there's only one place, there's only one event in the Bible where it talks about anything like the last trump, and that's going to be the trump that's going to happen on the trumpet blast on Yom Kippur. So when they have their festival of trumpets, as we go through Rosh Hashanah, and you have your festival of trumpets, well, there's going to be one distinct trumpet blast that closes the festival of trumpets and closes the gate of Yom Kippur. So that's the sounding of the last trump. It's a distinctive trumpet blast, and that, y'all, is the only reference to the sounding of the last trump, and that's your rapture. The thing is we just don't know what year that's going to be in. So there's a difference between, the day of the Lord and the rapture. The day of the Lord is a day that even the Lord himself doesn't know. The rapture is something different, and there's all kinds of implications to let you know when the rapture is. So the rapture is most likely going to happen at the end of Yom Kippur. So we go through the Festival of Trumpets. At the end of Festival of Trumpets, we close up Yom Kippur. That's that last trumpet blast. It's most likely going to be on a Jubilee year. All debts paid, right? Most likely going to be on a Jubilee year. Thing is, we don't know when the Jubilee year is. They stopped keeping track of the Jubilee year after the Babylonian exile. Yeah. So, but I reckon somebody's keeping track of it.
Yeah. I think somebody is. Tom Jensen says they could try to take him out again. I think about that almost every day.
Yeah, so we're going through the list of what would stop him from doing 4 years.
Yeah.
Assassination, but, God willing, he'll be fine. He'll be able to, keep this trend going of doing what's, in the better interest of America, which would be better for the world. And, we'll see how it goes, and, trust the Lord that whatever comes, we lean on him for the capacity to and the recourse to get on through it.
Indeed. Yeah. Tom Jensen's making a great point about our final article. He said, everyone cleaning up their lots would get rid of the hazardous materials.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would. And like I said, you just leave the people, leave them to it. Even the Californians.
Even the Californians.
Leave them to
it. Who
it.
did not recall Governor Newsom.
Right.
They're that dumb.
Who voted for more for progressive gas tax.
Yes.
And they say, even them, just let them go ahead and get it. Even they'll probably go ahead and get their lives rebuilt. Jeez. All right, y'all. BronzeSerpentMedia.com. I hope you guys come there and become a member. This has been the Zoloft. I hope you enjoyed your dose. And if you did, drop that bucket to keep your bro Zo on the go. And we will see y'all next time. It's a Wednesday for another dose of the Zoloft. All right, y'all. You guys are grooviest. Bye. Where's my bye button? I did it again, man.